Hi, my name is Kaushik Ranchod from the Ranchod Law Group. I'm an immigration lawyer. I've been practicing for over 22 years. Today we're going to be talking about J-1 waivers, and we're going to do a case study on a recent case that we got approved so you can know the latest about what is working in 2024 moving into 2025. You will want to watch till the end because we're going to be talking about requests for evidence in here. You're going to get the updates on the processing time. And this case has to do with medical condition, plus it's with the Egyptian national. First, let me explain to you what a J-1 waiver is, why you need it, because many of you may not know this. So, J-1 waiver is to overcome the 2-year home residency requirement that you may get if you come in on the J-1 program. So when you come in on the J-1 program, if you're subjected to the 2-year home residency requirement, then you have to go back for 2 years or get a waiver. There's a variety of ways to get waivers. So you can apply for a J-1 persecution waiver. We have videos here on that. You can apply for no objection waiver. We also have videos on our channel about that if you want to learn more. If you're a physician, you can apply for a Conduct 30 waiver. And the J-1 waiver type that we do the most of are J-1 hardship waivers. That's what this video is going to be about today. We're going to be discussing that so you can learn more. All right. First of all, in order to qualify for a J-1 waiver, exceptional hardship waiver, basically what you're saying is that you're going to have exceptional hardship to your U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident, spouse, or child if they had to go back and relocate with you, or if you were separated. So you have to do it in both situations. Where I see people fail is they're not able to prove both situations. Sometimes they may be able to prove one, but not both. J-1 waivers are one of the most difficult types of waivers to get approved. So let's look at how we did it in this case. First, I want to start off with the processing time so you get an idea of how long the process is taking. Here, we filed with USCIS and Department of State on January 3rd, 2023. Department of State processed the case and received it on January 12th, 2023. And you'll see about a little over a year later, USCIS issued a request for evidence. Then on June 6, 2024, USCIS issued the I-613 indicating they would approve the case, and they forwarded on to Department of State. It took Department of State 3 months to issue a favorable recommendation, and on 9/24/2024, more than 3 months, about 3 months and 3 weeks. This is extremely important to note that Department of State's processing times have been coming down while USCIS has been increasing. I want you to guess in your mind how long did it take before to get approved. Well, it was approved on October 17th, 2024. So you'll see it took about a year and 9 months. All right, now that you know the context, let's look at how did we get the case approved. Here, we base the case off primarily not only to the hardships to the family, but to the hardships to the U.S. citizen child. Now, even though the hardships were based off of the U.S. citizen child, we like to also talk about hardships to the family because that funnels into the child. That's the argument that we make in a legal brief in our argument to the government. So not only do we just work on the statements, but we go above and beyond that and create a very thorough legal brief to be able to do that. Let's look at the relocation arguments that we made here. Here, the child was diagnosed with a health issue that required ongoing specialized care and monitoring. Unfortunately, such care was not available in Egypt, and we made that argument. Now, we also, of course, have to back that up with evidence. So you can't just make that argument, but you also have to back everything up that you're making with evidence. That's another mistake that I see people make as well. This placed his health and well-being at a significant risk. Now, for those of you who are in Egypt also know, and also many other countries are facing this as well, rampant inflation. That's one of the economic crises in Egypt was getting much worse, so we talked about that as well. Also, the fact that the income would be far below what's necessary to cover even the family's most basic needs. Not only that, but we talked about how the child would face a significant language barrier because the child only speaks English. When we talk about the language barrier, it's not just the fact that he cannot speak English, but it also is the fact that he hinders his ability to communicate, adapt to his surroundings, and access education in Egypt. Now, this case did receive a request for evidence. We were able to respond successfully to the request for evidence, and we were very grateful that we were able to get the case approved. And we just appreciate. Here, one of the reasons I believe it was approved is because of the thorough preparation in reviewing all of the documents that we get from the client, making sure that there is appropriate documentation for the case. And this requires attention to detail to ensure that that happens. And we're so grateful that we were able to get life-changing results for our clients. They would not have to be subjected to exceptional hardship of having to leave the United States. I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. By watching this video, you're bettering yourself. By bettering yourself, you're bettering your family. And by bettering your family, you're bettering the world. If you have questions, you can reach us at 916-613-3553. Bye.